How's it going? So I'm wondering if you're wondering where the hell I am. Well, I'm in London. I'm in central London. I'm in a fantastic pub called the Marquis. Now, the Marquis is a pub known for a very, very famous Frenchman in central London that made a name for himself. He was a highway robber, and I think we're going to go find out who he was. But what I like about this pub is not only can you get a good drink, you can also meet some characters, but you can learn a bit of history about this place. Behind this pub is London's smallest alley. So let's go check out this pub. It's a quick video. You're not going to be here for long, so let's go check out this alleyway and explore a bit of London history. All right, let's go in. How are you doing?
Fancy seeing you here. What are the chances?
Should we get ourselves a drink at the bar?
Let's do that.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Here we go. So this is one of my favourite bars because, well, the music in itself. Copyright though. I'm sorry.
He's not here. He's one of the resident musicians of the pub.
How do you do, Chris?
That's good man, good man. One of our good friends as well.
There we go.
I do, but it's always going to be Star Ramen for me.
Hi mate, can I get 2 star ramens and a vodka cranberry and a Camden Pale Ale?
Oh, to be honest, maybe I'll go for your favourite.
Don't you dare order the neck oil in front of me. Don't you dare.
So this is the Marquis or the Marquis, depending on if you're French or English, but given that we are in London, you really should say the Marquis. But I find it incredibly hard because I've been conditioned all these years through my connections to France to call it the Marquis, but I'm going to try my best. Today you join me in the pub with Vinnie Sullivan and some other good people on just a very typical Saturday at the Marquis. This London pub embodies the charm and character of traditional British public houses. Located in the heart of London, we have Covent Garden to our north, Soho to our west, and the city to our east, with the River Thames to our south. The pub dates back to the early 18th century, a period when London was bustling with trade and commerce. Established around 1720, the pub originally served as a coaching inn, providing respite for travellers and horses alike. It was strategically located near major roads leading into the city, making it a popular stopover for merchants and travellers. During the 18th century, the Marquis became a central hub for the local community. It was more than just a place to drink, it was where locals gathered to exchange news, conduct business, and socialise. The pub's name, the Marquis, is believed to have been inspired by the local nobleman, the Marquess of Westminster, or the Marquis of Westminster, depending on if you're upper or lower. He was known to be a frequenter of this fine establishment. The pub was renowned for its hearty ales and ciders, and it still is. Some were brewed on site in the early days, sadly none today. And it was also known for its robust and simple fare, catering for the tastes of common Londoners and weary travellers alike. The Victorian era brought significant changes to the Marquis. With the Industrial Revolution in full swing, London's population boomed, and the pub expanded to accommodate the increasing numbers of patrons. The original building was refurbished and the Victorian architecture elements were added, including ornate woodwork and stained glass windows and gas lighting. During this period, the pub gained a reputation for its lively atmosphere and became a favourite spot for workers from the nearby factories and docks. The pub hosted various events, including musical performances and political meetings, becoming a focal point of community activism and entertainment. The 20th century was a tumultuous time for the Marquis. As it was for much of London, the pub endured both world wars, serving as a refuge during the bombings of the Blitz. Despite the challenges, the Marquis remained open, providing comfort and a sense of normalcy for Londoners during the darkest of times. Post the war, the pub embraced the cultural shifts of the 1960s and 70s, adapting to its offerings to appeal to a newer generation. It hosted live music and became a haunt of artists and musicians and intellectuals. In the recent decades, the Marquis has undergone several renovations to preserve its historical charm while modernising its facilities. The pub is now a Grade 2 listed building, recognized for its architectural and historical significance. Today the pub blends the old with the new. It retains its classic British pub atmosphere, complete with traditional ales and pub fare, while also offering contemporary dishes and craft beers to cater to the more modern, sophisticated tastes. The pub regularly hosts events, from quiz nights to live music, maintaining its status as a vibrant community hub. But what really stands out about this place is its music history. By the late 1960s and early 1970s, London had established itself as the global epicenter for rock and roll. The Marquis London Pub, with its central location and vibrant atmosphere, naturally evolved into a favoured spot for emerging rock musicians and their fans. If you swing by today, of course they have live music acts, memorabilia worth checking out, rock-themed events, and just a really good atmosphere in my opinion. I've never had a bad day or night at the Marquis. It's a decent venue, and it's really worth checking out. Also to note, the who's who of the corrupt political British establishment have drunk here over the years, from Charles James Fox to William Wilberforce to Winston Churchill, Harold Wilson, Margaret Thatcher, Boris Johnson, and also Keir Starmer. A truly historical pub.
It's a lot more busier around this time, as you can see. I'm slightly unimpressed with the glass. It's usually in a jug. That's what Star of Parliament should usually be served in. Dan, who's inside, you know, is very appreciative of what our wonderful Wondering Englishman has bought for him, but at the same time it should be provided in a jug. Right? But the problem is people steal Star of Parliament jugs. That's a big problem.
Yeah, such beautiful glasses.
You've been drinking Nat's Piss lagers, right? I'm going to grass him up on camera right now. The man behind this camera drinks Nat's Piss lagers.
I'm drinking a London lager. I am in London. Are we in?
No. Right, but we treat things upon their merit. So, though Asahi is Japanese, we give it its ingredients. Right? Asahi is great. Star of Parliament, check, but it's great, right? Now, beer is great from England. Wine is great from France and Australia. Lager is not great from England. That's it.
This, just for you guys, this is not a lager.
Is it a beer?
This is a pale ale.
Oh.
This is. One day we're going to get the youth into this. I'm not going to stand patronizing. It's a few years. Intellectually, though, we are on the same level. Maybe Vinny's a little bit higher than myself. But when it comes to pale ales, we'll get him into it one day.
I would have agreed that you was highly intelligent had you not been drinking pale ales. And this is what really makes me question your overall validity as a human being.
I love a good pale ale, but I'm not going to take it away from the old Star of Parliament. I'm a big fan of it. Anyway. Vinny is Vinny is very knowledgeable when it comes to this alleyway we're standing in. The alleyway that we're standing in is probably, is it London's smallest alleyway?
That is, see the entrance down the end there? If we look down the end, turn the camera around.
Should we twist it around?
Turn the camera around.
There we go.
You can see down the end it gets more and more narrow. That's the most narrow entrance to an alleyway in the whole of the city of London.
Why am I not zooming? There we go. There's the counter. Oh, see, is that guy staggers?
I'll wait here a while and everyone will be staggering. I'm an exclusive individual all round, so it's only right that I would christen this mic.
I like the fact you've christened it.
Yeah.
Tell us about this wonderful alley that we are standing in right here.
Well, I'm not the biggest fan of alleys. Don't think I'm some sort of alley connoisseur, but this is the beautiful pub where Claude Duval, one of the most famous highwaymen, had his last drink, which I'm not sure if you mentioned out the front, did you?
Very briefly, but I actually said that you would be.
Not if I fill you in first. Right. Down there, you can actually see, as what you referred to, is the slimmest entrance to the alley. But in a time, this would have been a place for rapscallions of all description. Because just because Westminster's there doesn't mean that this place wasn't dangerous as hell. So whether you was in Soho or you was on the borders of Hampstead, it was still life or death just living there. Remember that during the times of, say, the 17th century, there was no metropolitan police. There wasn't even the Bow Street runners. You're talking about the ultimate of criminality and danger. So just because Claude Duval was killed here, he's a top name. The truth is you'd have had tens of thousands of seriously dangerous criminals in and out of here that was just as violent or tough as Claude Duval. The location of Soho and King's Cross is the same. You know, today King's Cross and some of the homes around it, multi-millionaires, but in the past it was what we call a ghetto. Though a ghetto is technically only a place where a homogenous group will find themselves disclosed, Our idea of a ghetto is what basically this was. It wasn't the beautiful Westminster or Covent Garden or, you know, West London that we know today. It was what we call an absolute dump, where people would probably, you know, take your nose off for looking at them as long as you had a few coins on you, if that answers your question. But I will complain about this pint. It's not in a jug. I love Tommy, the owner of the Marquis, is a legend. He's got several pubs. Lovely bloke, but Tommy, come on, man. I know people keep nicking your glasses, but come on, keep up with us. Keep up with us. Yeah. And by now there should be a Vinny glass. There should be a Vinny sandwich in there. Do you know, there should be like for about 15 quid at least. You buy the Vinny BLT and it's got something special. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, buy now. You just think, yeah. Yeah. This is another pub next door. It's beautiful.
This is another pub. What is this pub?
This is also beautiful, and because I've probably had far too many Star Brahmins for the time of day, the name is slipping me. Hang on. But if you stick your camera in there, we've drunk in there many times, but...
Well, actually, this is the Harp Pub, and it's a true gem just on the outskirts of Covent Garden. It exudes traditional British charm with its very, very tiny surroundings. It was originally called the Welsh Harp, but in 1995 it changed its name to the Harp. I'm actually a fan of this pub, strangely enough, because this has won many camera awards, so it takes its real ale very seriously, and probably doesn't have Staropramen, which is Vinny's drink of choice. But worthy of a visit if you're in the area.
The pubs around here get absolutely rammed, you know, and it's a daily occurrence. But on a weekend, you're not going to be able to have a drink here and have a sit down without being absolutely mobbed. In it, you know, I mean, I won't put you on camera, but this place is always mobbed by this time, really, all the time. Yeah, I mean, the man that we're not going to include in this is probably one of the most knowledgeable human beings on the planet when it comes to public houses. I make a series with him called Britain's Lost and Living Pubs, and people think I'm some sort of connoisseur genius. The truth is, most of the pubs, right, which are really hard to find, is because Dan has helped me find them or shown them to me. People think that Vinny's some sort of, you know, academic historian. I mean, I try my best, but the truth is, some of the best ideas when it comes to pubs that I've come across is thanks to the experience of people like Dan, who've been a courier in this city for 30 years. You can't just learn that overnight. It takes decades of knowledge to learn.
Right! Where should my subscribers find you? Because I've never come across you before. Where would they find you? Let me try and move this up so we can actually see your face.
God, I know I'm God's gift to women. I know it's difficult to not include me. Listen, ladies and gents, the truth is I'm pretty excluded from most social media platforms. I do have things like Instagram, but you'll have to find me. Telegram is the best place to find me. YouTube, I'm incredibly shadow banned, unfortunately.
But they can still subscribe to you.
You can subscribe, yeah. You won't get alerts.
We're going to put the YouTube address here.
That'd be nice of you, yeah.
We'll put the YouTube address there.
I'm not actually as arrogant as this either. It's just that I've been drinking all day, and you know, I've been out filming. I'm having a good time, so I know I might come across as a bit of an arrogant tosser, but it's all in good stead. But my social media, unfortunately, if you find me, great, welcome. And if you're on Telegram, we do have a lot of voice chat communities that you might want to join in on. And if you're going to disagree with us, because we'll just kick you out because we're always right.
And there we go. We got one of the many fantastic pubs in London. If you really want to get to know the London pub scene in London, Vinny is one of the people you should be following. Chelsea Dan over here, who's not on camera at the moment. He has an amazing Twitter account, Instagram account as well.
No, he's not. But I'm telling you now, I'm not blowing my own trumpet. I know my stuff, right? But that man there, if you're going to follow either of us, it depends what you're following for. It's about pubs and the love of pubs. You follow that man there. Yes, I document them, I present them, and so on, and I mean what I say. But that man he lives and breathes it. So just because I love it, when I'm sitting indoors or I'm been to the gym or doing what I'm doing, he's there supporting pubs, loving pubs, and making the most of it. So that man there he's a living legend.
Any join today? Until next time, keep progressing. Cheers.
Think for yourself.
Now, fun.